Hi everyone, by request, we are going to get some gameplay footage with the latest Esper Dance list. Alright, we will play, and this is a good but not great starter. Would like to find a Doom Foretold as soon as possible. And if we can hit a turn 2 Thought Erasure to see what our opponent's up to and slow them down, that would also be very good. Alright, moment of truth. Let's find out what we are up against. Okay, some sort of adventure deck. So we're going to be bouncing that Lucky Clover, as that is definitely the most dangerous card. Oh, we could also Thought Erasure here. Try to stop them from playing something valuable off of the Lucky Clover. I think I like bouncing it. It uses our mana most effectively.
Stand by and watch.
And then next turn we'll still have the option of Thought Erasuring. Yeah, they're definitely, I was going to say they're pinched on colors. They have found a red source. So this looks like it's probably a Temur adventure deck. And I'm going to Thought Erasure here, I'm pretty sure. I feel like just playing out an Archon, while it does use our mana, it allows them to get a lot of value off of these two permanents. So let's try to disrupt them as much as possible. Yeah, and hitting this Beanstalk Giant is key. I think Treacherous Blessing is a good one. We'll be able to play that after the Archon and then blow it up with Cavalier. So yeah, I feel very good about that decision. If we had allowed them to play the Beanstalk Giant, getting 2 additional lands, that would just be a huge turn for them. Okay, so we need to fade them hitting an adventure creature for a turn or 2. We could mitigate that damage by playing out Oath of Kaya. I think... Actually, our best play here is going to be to blow up probably the Lucky Clover. To me, that's more dangerous than the Innkeepers. So let's go ahead and destroy that now. This uses our mana most efficiently and stops them from doing their most broken things on the next turn. Of course, they found one off the top, but that's alright. So here, we can attack in. There's no downside to that. And I'm going to play the Archon here, setting up a huge turn next turn. And we just need to fade a big draw for 1 turn. And it looks like we were able to, so now we're in really good shape. Let's start out, I think, by killing one of the Edgewall Innkeepers, and then playing a Treacherous Blessing. I don't really care about the 3/3. I just don't want them to draw a ton of cards off of an adventure creature. And yeah, drawing 3 is certainly better than drawing 1 here. And again, we're going to put pressure on them. Their deck is one that, in a long game, becomes very dangerous. So being able to close this out as quickly as possible now is important. Alright, and we're able to take game 1 there. So, against Temur Clover, I really wish I had Whirlwind Denial in the sideboard. Since we don't, however, we're going to have to make do with what we have. And quite honestly, there's not a lot in our deck for this matchup. It's really fallen out of favor. The only things I'm considering bringing in are the Aether Gusts, and I'm trying to figure out what I would take out if I were to bring those in. Yeah, I'm actually going to run this exactly as we have it. I think our main deck is pretty much optimal for this matchup. The Mystical Disputes aren't great because if they have a Lucky Clover out, countering half of the effect of a card is really not good. Plus, they often get a ton of lands in play. And I don't even really want to bring in the other two Aether Gust, just because there's not much in our deck that I think makes sense to take out here. I like having access to a couple of them, potentially to pick off something like Escape to the Wilds. Alright, and this is a really good starting hand. We have a way to pick off their most impactful spell early, and a Doom Foretold. I'm going to keep the second Doom Foretold, because we can find another land with this Thought Erasure, most likely. Alright, so there's the Clover. This is a good opportunity to stop them from playing something impactful. Okay, so they do have a Stomping Ground. Second Clover or Brazen Borrower. Well, Aether Gust literally does nothing against us, so we are certainly happy they kept that in. I am going to take the second Lucky Clover here. And I'm going to bin this Oath of Kaya, as we really want to hit our fourth land on time. Brazen Borrower with Lucky Clover can actually sometimes be a bit of a non-bow, as if we don't have enough permanence for them to target all of the copies of it, the original one will not resolve, and the Borrower goes to the graveyard. So I'm not too worried about them having Brazen Borrower in hand. Even if we play out, for example, Doom Foretold next turn, and they go to bounce it, then they lose the Brazen Borrower. So I have two really interesting choices here. I can play Doom Foretold, likely leading to that outcome I mentioned of them losing their Brazen Borrower and bouncing it. But I think I'm actually going to play out Atris here, just as a way to keep building our hand. This is very close. So let's shock, because we know we're going to do that. Atris versus Doom Foretold. Okay, if we play Atris, they likely do not bounce it. They will then be able to bounce two things on the next turn. Yeah, I think I like forcing them to lose the Brazen Borrower here. And then we can follow up with another Doom Foretold to get rid of the Lucky Clover. The other option that they do have is to just flash in the Brazen Borrower and sacrifice it to Doom Foretold. That's actually probably the better play for them. Okay, so they chose to stomp us a couple times. But they're now, yeah, so they're going to lose this Brazen Borrower here. Okay. And if we play Doom Foretold, unfortunately, they'll sack the Bone Crusher, and then we lose the Doom Foretold next turn. I feel like because of that, it's probably best to play out Atris and then Scry. And we can try to trade the Atris for the Bone Crusher Giant. And we're happy to just keep getting some additional lands off the Atris as well, so unless we see a spectacular pile of one, we're likely to just take the 2 pile. So Thought Erasure is going to be very ineffective against them, unfortunately. And we're getting one land with that is a Scry land. Yeah, I'm still just going to take the pile of 2. There's no one card that I really need right now. Okay, so if we have 6 mana next turn, we can Doom Foretold plus Aether Gust. So we're going to keep this on top. Alright, and that'll do it. So we're able to take out the Temur Clover deck there. A quick note, I have been fortunate enough to unlock a large amount of community codes recently. I'm going to be giving them away each night on stream, so if you're around, and you can check out twitch.tv/mythicmatt starting at 7 Pacific time, We'll be giving away codes every night, and I hope to be able to give some to you. Take care. Bye.